Today I'm in the town of Colwyn Bay in Wales, birthplace of the late great Terry Jones of Monty Python fame. As well as being an actor, he was a director, comedian and writer, and he died in 2020 at the age of 77. Now I'm going to be visiting what I believe is his gravesite later on. But I'm starting the video here as a couple of weeks ago a statue of Terry Jones was unveiled on the seafront here. The campaign for a statue for Terry Jones began in 2024 and it was set up by his children, but it was supported by a number of celebrities, including members of Monty Python. And it was Michael Palin and Terry Gilliam who unveiled the statue. The bronze statue captures one of Terry Jones's most famous recurring characters, the Nude Organist. Terry Jones is not the only famous person to come from Colwyn Bay. It's also the birthplace of Timothy Dalton, the former James Bond actor, and the TV presenter Polly Yates. And the singer-songwriter Nile Rodgers lived in the town for a short period in the early 70s. And he's the man who produced the Like a Virgin album for Madonna. Now, Colwyn Bay used to have a pier. Sadly, this is all that survives of the pier. Now, something I didn't know before about Terry Jones. He actually directed The Life of Brian and The Meaning of Life. Although The Life of Brian almost didn't get made, as the finances pulled out at the last minute. But George Harrison stepped in to fund the film to the tune of £2 million. And he actually remortgaged his Friar Park home to raise the funds. And Terry Jones famously remarked that it was the world's most expensive cinema ticket, because Harrison basically funded the film just to see it. As the director of the film, Terry Jones actually gave Harrison a small cameo in the film. Terry Jones' statue is just down here. Since I've been here, I could see that there's been a steady stream of people going to see it. It's a very funny statue. Cool sculpture here. It looks like I'm in luck. There's nobody by the statue at the moment. Look at that. Detail's amazing. Now I'm going to go to a nearby churchyard where a gravestone has been placed for Terry Jones. According to the website findagrave.com, this is actually a cenotaph, but there's something on the gravestone that suggests that Terry Jones's ashes are actually buried there. Just outside of the town of Colwyn Bay now. And this is the churchyard where either Terry Jones's grave or his cenotaph is located. Now, when Terry Jones died in 2020, he was cremated at Sculpted Green crematorium in London. I have looked online before to see if Terry Jones had a grave, but at the time there was nothing online. But there's now a post on findagrave.com which says that there's a cenotaph for him here. I wonder why there's such a tall chimney on this outbuilding. Terry Jones was born in Colwyn Bay in February 1942, although the family moved to Surrey in England when he was only 4.5 years old. He still considered himself as Welsh. He would often return to Wales throughout his life. After graduating from Oxford University, he and his friend Michael Palin wrote and performed several British comedy programmes before creating Monty Python. Jones grew tired of the conventional punchlines and pioneered Python's fluid style. He also pushed for the show to look cinematic. He was also a passionate historian and wrote highly regarded books and presented television documentaries. He also wrote children's books. Terry Jones was widely known as the warmest, most enthusiastic and most passionate member of Monty Python. In 2015 he was diagnosed with dementia and he passed away in 2020. And here's the headstone. Terry Jones, writer, director, actor, scholar and Python, born Colwyn Bay 1st of February 1942, died Highgate January 21st, 2020. Sit by the fire and I shall make soup from your stories, and we'll have our hopes for bread. And that is what they did. Terence Graham Parry Jones. That's actually a quote from one of his books. Now, the headstone's made of slate. Now, the reason I think that this might not be a cenotaph is because you've got in Welsh here yma gorwedd, which translates to here lies. So if his ashes have not been buried here, maybe they've been scattered nearby. But this is just me speculating. The headstone's in a prime location here. Look at the view behind. You can just about see the town of Colwyn Bay in the distance.